It all starts when she is 5 years old. Suddenly, her past life memories flood into her. She is a high schooler in Japan, an ugly gamer. Returning from her college, a truck kills her. She thinks that this is the destiny of the previous Yumiella, not her. With a smirking smile, our reincarnated level 99 girl says she will level up and become so strong that not even God can kill her, and then she can live a peaceful life. She sneaks from her castle to level up so that she can be strong enough to kill the demon lord herself. There, Yumiella spots a green slime and kills it with her dark magic. Afterwards, the slime drops a magic stone, and Yumiella decides to sell this magic stone for money. With this, she starts to practice martial arts that she learned back on Earth, and begins to feel that she is already much stronger than when she was on Earth because she leveled up. Seeing this, she gets excited and starts leveling up by killing various monsters from the forest. She also sells the magic stones for money, and with this, she is able to buy all the good magic items, including the Amulet of Growth, which allows her to level up much faster. After killing many monsters and acquiring all the hidden skills, she reaches the age of 15 and arrives at the Royal Magic Academy. Seeing the academy up close, she can't believe she reincarnated into the game world she used to play. The reincarnated level 99 girl reaches her dorm. She opens the letter her parents sent her. Her parents instruct her to get engaged to high-level noblemen, but she has no intention of getting married. She just wants to live her life peacefully. At the entrance ceremony, the headmaster starts measuring the levels of all the students. Our girl wants not to show her levels, but upon checking it, it is revealed that she has the powers of level 99, shocking everyone, including the headmaster, who believes there is no one in this world who can have this level. Seeing this, some students try to mock her, saying that she is lying and does not have the power of level 99. However, our girl shuts them away by showing some of her powers. One day, during a training session, the reincarnated level 99 girl's teacher tells her to show her magic skills, and everyone's shocked. She uses dark flame magic and destroys the metallic knight. While the teacher is amazed to see she can use the forbidden magic, however, the headmaster and Prince Ed arrive on the scene, informing her that she has been expelled from the Royal Magic Academy, revealing that those who lie about their magic levels are not fit for the Royal Academy. The teacher begs them not to expel her as it will be a great loss to the kingdom. Despite this, no one believes her, even saying that she is lying. Just then, the teacher asks her to use magic with full strength so that she can prove that she really has level 99 magic. Hearing this, she accepts her request and activates her magic after getting a word from Prince Ed that if something happens to the town, she will not be held responsible. She then uses her dark magic, creating a black hole so big that it begins to swallow all the energy of the town, shocking everyone in the Royal Magic Academy. Seeing her extraordinary powers, she is summoned to the royal castle for an audience with the king. She arrives there and formally introduces herself. The king tells her that he knows what happened in the academy and how his son behaved very rudely to her, and for this, he apologizes to her. While everyone is shocked to see the king bowing to a young lady, Yumiella says that it was her fault for making such a big black hole. The king reveals that if he were in their place, he would not have believed too that a young lady such as herself could have level 99 power. However, he orders his knight captain Adolf to judge the authenticity of her powers, revealing that no one in the kingdom can deny his decision. Seeing Adolf in person, Yumiella remembers that Adolf is the strongest knight in the kingdom and has a level of 60, revealing that he was the only one from the kingdom in the game who battled the demon lord. Just then, Adolf charges at her, saying that he will attack her with all the powers he got. Yumiella, wondering what to do in this condition as the king never ordered her to fight or evade the attack, decides to get out of the attack and dodges it successfully. Seeing this, the shocked Adolf reveals that no one in the kingdom has the power to evade his attack, but she calmly reacted to his attack, which means it is true that she has level 99 powers. Hearing those words, the king asks her to show some of her powers, and she happily obliges by revealing one of her spells called Shadow Lane. The king, seeing that it is dark magic, asks his head palace mage about it, who reveals that dark magic is extremely powerful like light magic. However, the users of dark magic are quite rare, and it's up to the user to decide how to use its magic. Hearing this, the king congratulates her for acquiring level 99 powers, which no one in this world has reached before. He asks how she achieved such a level, to which our reincarnated level 99 girl informs him that after earning money by killing monsters in the domain, she acquired an Amulet of Growth, entered a dungeon alone, played a monster calling flute, and kept killing monsters. Shocked at those words, people wonder how she was able to kill monsters since it's impossible to go alone in the dungeon and without the Amulet of Protection, which Adolf also confirms that even with the Amulet of Protection, he would dare not go to the dungeon alone and fight with the monsters. This causes our reincarnated level 99 girl to realize that the things she had done are not normal. Just then, the king asks her to help the Valshian kingdom when it's needed with her sword and shield, and she agrees. The king also offers her a reward, including peerage, a domain, and royal treasure, even willing to welcome her into the royal family. However, our reincarnated level 99 girl realizes that getting into the royal family was the wish of her parents. But the king wants to chain her to the kingdom, and she wants to live a peaceful life. Therefore, she declines His Majesty's offer and informs him about her wish. The king agrees and gives her his word, saying that he will do his best to give her a peaceful life. However, our reincarnated level 99 girl, in her thoughts, reveals that when something happens to this kingdom, she will probably fly away. After the audience with the king, she is invited to the queen's chamber. There, the queen formally introduces herself and tells her that she trusts her and wants to share something important with her, which she does not want anyone to hear. Yumiella asks why she trusts her, to which the queen reveals that there are many in the kingdom who want to get close to the royal family. But she rejected their offers, and due to this, she earned their trust. Just then, the queen informs her that the demon lord will return in 2 years, and she wants her to assist them in defeating the demon lord, even revealing that they are formulating a plan to defeat the demon lord with an elite force centered around Prince Edwin. She believes that in the Royal Magic Academy, there are some students who have extraordinary powers, and if they are trained well, they can become handy in defeating the demon lord. Hearing this, Yumiella thinks about Alicia and Edwin and how she used to play these characters in the game in her past life, revealing that they were handy assets in defeating the demon lord in the game, but decides to help them out, mentioning that she already wanted to fight the demon lord too. However, the queen informs her that if she defeats the demon lord, then people will question the status of the royal family. The one who defeats the demon lord must be from the royal family, and she asks Yumiella to marry her son Prince Edwin, to which she quickly denies. The queen, hearing this, laughs it off and asks her to think about it. Just then, she tells her that due to her level 99 powers, there are nobles who are now trying to drag her into their factions. She reveals that there are 2 factions in this kingdom, the king's faction and the anti-king's faction. The anti-king faction is known as the extremist faction, which is composed of various nobles and led by Duke Hilrose. They are all nobles who are dissatisfied with the current state of the kingdom and have proposed wars of conquest against other countries as a means of taking out their frustrations. Realizing that her parents are in the anti-king faction, she asks what she should do if her parents ordered her to marry into the Hilrose family, to which the queen informs her that she will send the royal order to the Darkness family, but reveals that she can only buy her 3 years, to which our reincarnated level 99 girl believes are enough. Before leaving the royal palace, the queen tells her that she will send one of His Majesty's men to the academy, and if she needs anything, she can talk to him. After that, she heads home while the king tells the queen that there are people in the kingdom who still do not believe that Yumiella has level 99 powers, but he declares that he believes in her. Hearing this, the queen reveals that despite being born into the royal family, everyone hated her because of her black hair, and she never received any love from anyone. Despite this, she never held any grudge for anyone, revealing that she only wishes for peace and will become the biggest asset for this kingdom. 1 week after this, things started to change around our reincarnated level 99 girl. All the girls who were afraid of her began to talk to her normally. They even asked her about the gifts she received from the queen, but the things between her and Alicia remained the same, and Alicia kept staying away from her. However, the biggest change happens in her life as she started getting marriage proposals from various nobles. Upon seeing them, she believes that the king's faction is sweet and nice while the anti-king faction is very aggressive and trying hard to win her over, just to rule over the world with her powers. One of the members of the anti-king faction approaches her and asks her to become his wife, but our reincarnated level 99 girl declines his offer, saying that she only likes people who are stronger than her. After that, she goes to her room, and before reaching it, she meets Eleonora Hilrose, who says that she was looking for her, remembering her character in the game. Yumiella reveals that Eleonora is the lone daughter of the only duke in Valsheen and is part of the anti-king faction. In the game, she became friends with Eleonora, and Eleonora orders her to do mean things with Alicia, which causes her to turn evil. Since the queen informed her about the anti-king faction, Yumiella decides to leave, but Eleonora invites her to the tea party, which causes her to... Just then, to her shock, Eleonora asks her to stay away from Prince Edwin as she is not fit for him, and for this, she will allow her to join her group. However, our reincarnated level 99 girl shuts her down, revealing that she has no intention of marrying the prince, and she already said no to the queen. She also thanks her for the invitation but reveals that she is not fit for the group and believes that she and Prince Edwin will look great together. Feeling happy at her words, Eleonora thanks her and she heads to eat lunch. While eating lunch at the table, she gets cornered by some girls who want to sit with her, but Alicia arrives with a horror look, immediately asking if she is a demon lord. Our reincarnated level 99 girl wonders how Alicia knew about the demon lord and questions why she doubted her. Alicia reveals Ed told her the demon lord would be coming back in 2 years, and she believes it's Yumiella due to her black hair. However, Yumiella brushes it off, informing her that they learn in the classroom that dark magic isn't evil. Just then, all of her friends arrive and inquire what Yumiella did to their friend, but she tells them that Alicia was talking about her being the demon lord, so she denies it. She thinks that the Demon Lord's arrival must be kept secret from others so that people do not get panicked. But the stupid prince says it loud, revealing to everyone that the Demon Lord is indeed returning in 2 years. Yumiella then asks the three of them why they believe she is the Demon Lord despite revealing that the Demon Lord is coming back in 2 years, and she is already here. To this, Oswald informs her that he believes in Alicia and the words she said. Plus, her strength also explains that she is the Demon Lord. Hearing this, Yumiella tells him that she is indeed as strong as the Demon Lord, but the main reason behind their thinking is that the three of them are very weak. This hits their weak spot, causing them to get angry with her. But the reincarnated level 99 girl believes that she needs them to get stronger so they can defeat the actual Demon Lord. Just then, she decides to leave the lunch area but suddenly realizes that this might be her chance to teach them how to level their strength up, which might improve their opinion about her. She then tells them that the fundamental way to level up is to go to dungeons and defeat as many monsters as they can without using the amulets of protection. Wear amulets of growth which will double the experience they will receive, and use a monster calling flute to defeat as many monsters as possible. And to maximize efficiency, they need to fight solo rather than forming a party. She recommends them go for monsters that specialize not in defense, but in offense, because this will give them the chance to spend less time while fighting with them. She ends with revealing that stronger monsters are the most efficient for raising their level, and they need to go as deep as they can into the dungeon. She even informs Alicia that since she can use light magic, she has a bigger responsibility, and she needs to go to a dark type dungeon to increase her level. After revealing all the methods to level up their strength, she believes she gets them, but the stupid prince thinks she is trying to get them killed and then walks away. After they leave, Yumiella looks at all the students, believing that they must be thrilled after listening to her leveling up methods. But to her shock, they get afraid of her, causing our reincarnated level 99 girl to believe that her plan got flopped. She then thinks why Alicia is wary of her, or this could be that she is reincarnated like her. She decides to look into this matter and heads to her next class. She then starts spying on her, looking at her and what she is doing, and after observing for a day, she believes that she is a nice girl just like in the game, where she was an ordinary citizen who enrolled in this academy and helped others with her magic. She even tried to tag along with nobles, but they rejected her due to her not being able to understand their noble customs. However, she was helped by the conquerable characters Edwin, Williams, and Oswald. She then sees Alicia playing with a kitty and believes that this is her best chance to talk to her because her friends are not around her, but realizes that she must persuade her through the kitty. She then goes to the kitty and says meow meow like her, but the kitty ran away in terror after seeing her look. Just then, one of her classmates sees this but hides it away, saying that he didn't see anything. Our reincarnated level 99 girl reveals that she could have caught the kitty, but it could have taken the use of force, so she let it get away. Hearing this, the boy tries to talk with her, but she just ran away to look for Alicia. She finds her sitting with Prince Edwin, where she was helping him in his study. Suddenly, the stupid prince informed her that his informed him that Yumiella is not the Demon Lord despite having black hair, being level 99, and being able to use dark magic. However, Alicia shows him a dark drawing she made with her pencil, revealing that this is how Yumiella looked at her, and she might have something to do with her light magic. Hearing this, Yumiella wonders what she's talking about, but the stupid prince informs Alicia that the king wants her to join the force that will battle the Demon Lord, which means they will all work together to face the Demon Lord one day. He then apologizes to Alicia for getting her involved in fighting with the Demon Lord. But Alicia assures him that if the world is in danger, she will use her magic to do whatever she can to help them out. Hearing those, Yumiella believes that Alicia wasn't reincarnated. After that, she heads to the principal's office to meet him, but instead of the principal, she finds another person sitting on his chair, who welcomed her and revealed that his name is Ronald, and he has been appointed as the new principal. He tells her to sit on the chair after revealing that he's been here on the orders of the king. He apologizes to Yumiella on behalf of Prince Edwin, who revealed the state secret in public, but reveals that he was not always the type to behave so rashly, but recently he's been unstable. Even his friends too. Our reincarnated level 99 asks what happened to them, to which Ronald reveals that all three of them had been exceptionally brilliant since childhood, but someone showed up in their way and shattered their pride. He informs her that due to the rumor that spread after the prince's revelation, the king still believes that Yumiella is not the Demon Lord and tells her to be relaxed. Just then, she asks Ronald how much information does the royal family have about the Demon Lord, but Ronald quickly denies it, stating that he doesn't know himself. He then asks Yumiella if he has a favor to ask and reveals that when their field lessons begin in the near future, he wants her to be on the administrative side. When asked about the field lessons, he informs her that a field lesson is basically a leveling up test where they send students to hunt monsters. Since she is level 99, she can destroy the army of monsters in an instant, which means she will ruin the training of the student, will not help them to level up. However, he informs her that for nobles, field lessons are divided up between central nobles and regional nobles, and she will be in charge of regional nobles. He reveals that regional nobles fight monsters in their domains more often than city-dwelling central nobles, and there inevitably creates a clear difference in their motivation to level up. Hearing this, she wonders if Prince Edwin and his friends will attend the field lesson with central nobles, but Ronald informs her that he has arranged a special training program for them, and their goal is to get them to level 40 by the time they graduate. Yumiella wants them to reach level 60, but Arnold believes it's not possible. At the field lesson, she sees kids of the regional nobles and wonders how she can be helpful to them since they look too inefficient. Just then, the boy who saw her playing with the kitty arrives and introduces himself as Patrick Ashbottom. He informs her about their strategy, revealing that the vanguard will hold the monsters in place, and the rear guard will attack them. When asked if something goes wrong, to which he informed her that they will reverse it and will use rear guard's magic to stop the monsters' movements and then finish them with vanguard attacks. Hearing this, she tells him that she wants to use this method right now and calls out the monsters with a monster calling flute. Just then, the monsters arrive and attack them, but they were able to kill them in a short amount of time. However, they feel exhausted and terrified, which causes Patrick to ask Yumiella why she summoned the monsters without warning them, to which our reincarnated level 99 girl reveals that she knows some of them got exhausted their magic, but she will hold the monsters in place next time. Just then, she summons the monsters again with a monster calling flute, which causes panic between all the students who believe they are going to die. However, Yumiella binds them with her Dark Bind spell and asks the Vanguard team to kill them since they weren't able to kill monsters earlier. Shocked at this, the students wonder what they should do, but Yumiella assures them that her magic is powerful, and they won't get attacked by the restrained monsters. Hearing this, Patrick steps forward and kills one of the monsters, ensuring everyone that she is not lying. Just then, a monster who is not restrained by her bind magic arrives and tries to attack Yumiella, but Patrick gets in her way, and gets bitten by the monster, who was instantly killed by Yumiella after that. She then activates her magic and reveals after healing his wound that dark magic also has healing and recovery spells, but they are super gross. She then asks why he tried to save her, to which Patrick reveals that she was in danger and he had to step in her way to protect her. This causes our reincarnated level 99 girl to wonder who can hurt her at level 99, but thanks him after thinking that maybe he was worried about her and feels embarrassed at it. After that, Patrick asks her to inform them before using the monster calling flute, to which our reincarnated level 99 girl instantly used it, causing the other students to go in shock. The next day, the principal warns our reincarnated girl not to use the monster calling flute again as it causes a lot of disturbance between the students. He asks Yumiella that he heard about dark magic being able to heal injuries as well, to which our reincarnated girl confirms, saying that she used the healing spell on herself. She reveals that when she was a child, her arm got sliced off due to an accident, and she used the healing spell to fix it. After revealing this, she inquires about the lesson of central nobles, to which the principal reveals that Prince Edwin, Oswald, and William increased their levels, but with hesitation, tells her that William started killing the monsters in the front and the remaining ones were killed by Prince Edwin and Oswald, and due to this, they were the only ones to level up while the remaining students couldn't gain any levels. She then about Alicia, to which the principal also reveals that just like other students, she didn't kill a single monster. He reveals that she wanted to kill monsters, but the three idiots didn't let her kill a single one because they wanted to show their skills to the girl who they liked the most. The principal then asks Yumiella to help out in gaining the levels because she is the only light magic user in the kingdom and they want her to become stronger. Hearing this, Yumiella agrees to his request. After that, the principal also tells her that he received a request from the castle's magic tool development team to test the endurance of some magic tools, to which she happily agrees, saying that she always wanted to do this because it contains her favorite magic items including monster calling flute and amulet of growth. However, when the principal passes her one of the items, she quickly breaks it with her finger with minimum effort, shocking the principal who cannot move it even with his full magic powers. At the next field lesson, Patrick asks Yumiella to pair with him, saying that he can grow stronger if he spars with the level 99 powerhouse. Hearing this, Yumiella agrees to his request, believing that he is the only one who talks to her freely, and without any fear, but she accidentally sends him flying with her wooden sword during their training. This causes him to lose his arm, but Yumiella comes in and quickly heals it with her healing dark magic. She apologizes to him for getting him hurt and then thanks him for pairing with her, to which Patrick informs her that he should be the one apologizing because despite not being a worthy partner, she agreed to pair with him. However, she tells him that he is a good partner and she wants to learn sword techniques from him, revealing her reason behind this, that she wants to fight the Demon Lord. Patrick asks if the rumors behind the Demon Lord coming in 2 years are true, to which Yumiella lies to him and informs him that this is not true. She thinks that despite the king telling others that she is not the Demon Lord, everyone still believes she possesses the soul of the Demon Lord. She asks Patrick about his thoughts on this matter, to which he reveals that if she were the demon lord, then the world would have been wiped out now. He tells her that the reason behind people thinking she is a demon lord is because of her black hair, but then reveals that just like her, his hair was black when he was a kid. His family believed that he was the demon king, and due to this, he started hating himself and wanted to kill himself. But when his hair turned gray, everyone's opinion changed towards him. He then tells her that he knows how she feels but promises her that he will never look down on her or dislike her because of her black hair. Hearing this, Yumiella thanks him and asks for another match, to which Patrick happily agrees, but she quickly sends him flying again. At night, before going to sleep, she thinks about her past life and the game she is reincarnated into. She says that she never cared about the character Yumiella in the game and never tried to learn how she obtained the dark magic. She states that in the game story, Yumiella got the dark magic when she fell into darkness, but wonders if she was born with dark magic and kept it hidden from everyone, or she was able to get it because of her hatred toward the light magic of Alicia and the people she loved. A few days later, they head to their second field lesson in the forest. Patrick tells her not to use the monster calling flute again and she quickly agrees, saying that she is only a doctor for today and will heal the injuries of the injured ones. During the lesson, a monster fish bites one of the students. Yumiella, who is now a doctor for a day, asks the student if he wants to heal his injuries with the magic potion or her healing magic, to which the student quickly goes for the potion. However, Yumiella tells him that she can heal his injuries without wasting the potion and does so within an instant. She then looks at the exhausted students and tries to use the monster calling flute, but Patrick stops her. Yumiella says that they are only wasting their energy while killing low-level monsters in groups, and in this way, they will not level up much because they are not fighting the high-level monsters. Hearing this, Patrick says she does have a point but still believes that students will not handle it. Just then, Yumiella has an idea and reveals that she can use her magic to injure all the students without killing them and then heal them with her magic, believing that in this way, they will think about how much the injuries can hurt them, which will lead them to focus more on the monsters. After revealing this, she asks the students to choose between a flute or an injury, to which the horrified nobles go for the flute. Hearing this, she quickly snatches the flute and calls out the monsters. The fish monsters arrive and attack the students. Patrick leads them in the attack and tells them to keep their formation, otherwise they will get hurt. Hearing this, Yumiella thinks about Patrick and his ways to lead in the battle but believes that if something ever happened to him because of her, his family might ruin her family's place in the royal family, but she surely will get sad because of this. After that, the students kill the fish monsters and everyone thanks Patrick for his leadership in defeating the monster in the battle. They then head to the academy and Yumiella thinks about Patrick. Just then, Alicia arrives and bows down to her, saying that she is sorry for assuming that Yumiella was the demon lord yesterday. Hearing this, Yumiella believes that Alicia is really a nice girl because standing in front of me must be terrifying for her, but she still apologized to me. Yumiella quickly tries to hug her, but Prince Edwin intervenes and stops her. He then asks if he heard from others that she used monster calling flute to let students fight the herd of the monsters, or was it her plot to injure students and then heal them, just to make herself popular. He believes that she may not be the demon lord, but she is still a threat to the kingdom of the Valsheen. Hearing this, she believes that she has no friends in this academy and wonders if she leaves, will there be any place for her in this world to live in peace. Suddenly, Patrick arrives and informs him that Yumiella only used the monster calling flute so that students take the lesson seriously. Her intentions weren't wrong, but her methods are relatively popular among the regional nobles, which is the best way to level up. He then asks Prince Edwin to stay out of her way, and upon hearing this, he quickly leaves with Alicia. Yumiella thanks Patrick for standing up against the prince for her, to which he reveals that he is the son of the Margrave and being tested by the second prince is nothing for him. Yumiella then again thanks him for helping her out, but this time with a cute smile, and Patrick, upon seeing it, reveals that it's rare for her to smile. Hearing this, Yumiella wonders if she was smiling, but reveals that she wants to be friends with Patrick. During the summer break, many of the students returned to their homes, but some stayed in the academy, including Yumiella and Patrick. He tried to teach her how to use a sword but always ended up flying in the air. Yumiella apologized for mistakenly using so much strength, but thanked him for sparing with her. Patrick revealed that he was the one who asked her to spar with him because he wanted to show his classmates that he could stand toe-to-toe with a level 99 powerhouse. Hearing this, Yumiella showed him a magic attribute, revealing that she was doing her best to control her magic, but every time she tried, she ended up breaking the attribute. Patrick wondered what kind of magic attribute that was, but thought that breaking it might be child's play. However, to his shock, he did not even curve it after using all of his magic. Later, while they have lunch, two girls approached them and asked Yumiella why the two of them were always together, wondering if they were dating, but Yumiella told them that she was helping Patrick in leveling up. Suddenly, she believed that the girls were also trying to level up, and for this, they were asking for her help. Realizing this, she suggested some dungeons and some areas with high activity monsters, revealing that with this method they could level up much faster. However, upon seeing their horrified looks, Patrick stopped her, saying that she needed to watch how people were reacting to her before suggesting anything. This revelation caused her to activate her voice listening spell, and upon using it, she heard that the girls were talking about them and they believed that both Yumiella and Patrick were close to each other, but Yumiella quickly denied it. After that, she headed to the library to inquire about combat techniques by reading a magic spellbook but hid away after seeing Alicia already there. She tried to hide herself but ended up being spotted by Alicia, who requested her to teach her how to use magic. When asked why, Alicia revealed that since light magic was a rare attribute, teachers didn't know how to teach her about it. She explained that she tried reading the books in the castle just to get more information about light magic but didn't get anything even inside the castle. She then says that she heard from someone that dark magic is similar to light magic, and was hoping that there might be something Yumiella could teach her. Hearing this, Yumiella states that she will help her, but suddenly stops, and believes that she herself knows about the light magic since she played the game, but cannot tell Alicia about it. She wonders what she should do, but then comes up with an idea, and states that she needs to bring up strong memories to her mind when using light magic, and the memories must involve light. Hearing this, Alicia smiles and reveals that she has an only light memory where she used to sit with her grandmother back in the country and see the starry sky. She explains that they live in a rural area where there are no buildings and anything, and because of that, they are able to see the whole sky filled with stars, saying that it is beautiful. Yumiella says that this might help out, and Alicia, with a cute smile, says she will do her best and leaves. Later, Patrick arrives and gives her a gift from the queen, which reveals to be the yummy pastries. Yumiella asks Patrick if he wants to eat with her in her room, but Patrick, with a blushed face, says that she should not invite a man to her room like this, to which Yumiella apologizes and they begin eating it in the cafeteria. However, the same girls from earlier also arrive and upon seeing them together, believe that they are dating. After the summer break, the martial arts competition arrives and all the students begin taking part in it. Yumiella explains that the martial arts competition is a school-wide event consisting of 2 formats, including a one-on-one sword fight, and then showing their powerful magic spells. She explains that the winner from these events gets a special award which will help them level up their magic. But Yumiella withdraws herself from the tournament, saying that she doesn't need any special rewards because she has level 99 powers. Just then, Patrick arrives and informs her that the winner from each format will get a special amulet which can enhance dark magic. Hearing this, Yumiella says she wants this amulet and quickly runs away. She meets the headmaster and tells him that she is participating in the tournament, to which the headmaster immediately agrees. However, he believes that he didn't realize that Yumiella will quickly fall for his trap. At the tournament, Patrick informs Yumiella that the king himself sent the amulet for Yumiella, but the headmaster decided to put it as a prize for the winner of the competition, believing that Yumiella will participate and show her powers to all the nobles. Yumiella, after hearing this, gets shocked, but informs Patrick that she will do her best in the competition. However, Patrick tells her not to do her best, saying that he does not want to see the students flying in the air. After that, the tournament starts and all the students are divided between 2 groups. A and B, the student from Group A will face the student from Group B, and the final will be contested between the remaining 2 students. Just then, Yumiella picks up her entry number, which is 3, and decides to take some rest till then, but quickly gets stopped by William. William tells her that just like her, he also used the summer break to train himself and even reached up at level 20. He then apologizes to her for not believing that she is level 99, revealing that he confirmed it from Captain Adolf and there's no one in the kingdom who can defy Captain Adolf's words. Hearing this, Yumiella forgives his rudeness, saying that the misunderstanding between them is now cleared up. However, to her shock, William reveals that his only goal is to surpass Captain Adolf, and beating her will give him a chance to get close to his goal. Just then, the one-on-one sword event starts, and after 2 bouts, Yumiella enters the arena. Yumiella, upon looking at her opponent, believes that there is no way this student can beat her, but she realizes that the student must have worked hard to get to this point, and she will use everything to let him shine in this match. However, to her shock, the student, after seeing her overwhelming powers, immediately withdraws from the match, making Yumiella the winner. After that, every opponent of hers begins withdrawing from the match and she ends up in the final. There, her opponent was William, who reached the final after beating Prince Edwin. He informs her that he will not withdraw from the match and will fight with her using the Mana sword, whose level is much higher than himself. After the match starts, William begins attacking her with his sword, but she dodges each of his attacks. She believes that dodging his attacks will make the match boring, so she decides to block them with her sword. However, to her shock, William's sword begins breaking her sword, causing her to believe if her sword breaks, she will lose the final, which means she will not get the amulet. Realizing this, she quickly punches William's sword and breaks it in half, and with this, wins the one-on-one sword fight tournament. While everyone didn't notice that, But Captain Adolf was horrified at this, saying that he didn't realize she can even destroy this legendary sword with only her hands. The next format of the tournament is showing their power magic spells, and the judges will award them points according to their performance, and the one who gets the most points out of 100 will win the tournament. Hearing this, Yumiella wonders what kind of spell she should use, but Oswald intervenes and informs her that he can use all 4 elements of magic, which means he will win this tournament. Suddenly, Alicia arrives and activates her power spell called Sun Rain, which causes the whole arena to be filled with light bubbles, which she calls a rain of light bubbles. The judges are in awe at this and give her 88 points out of 100. She thanks Yumiella for this, believing that due to her advice, she was able to use this powerful spell. After that, Prince Edwin shows his powerful magic spell and gets 90 points, but gets left behind by Oswald, who after showing all of his 4 magic elements to the judges, gets 100 out of 100 points. Yumiella, seeing this, wonders what she should do, thinking that if she gets 100 points, she will tie with Oswald, and might need to share the amulet with him. Just then, she heads to the arena, and sees Patrick, who was watching her from the top, tells him that she will do her best. To which, Patrick, with a scary look, immediately backs away, saying that this is not good. Just then, Yumiella activates her black hole spell, but this time with a level 99 power, causing the whole kingdom to get swallowed inside it. Yumiella, with a smile, reveals that she never realized that level 99 spell looks this beautiful, but to her shock, the weather gets stormy and begins covering all the kingdom. This causes the judge to stop Yumiella from using more magic, revealing that the judges have given her 300 points. Hearing this, Yumiella deactivates her black hole spell and gets declared as the winner of the tournament, including getting awarded with the Amulet of Dark Magic. The next day, just as Yumiella thought her first year in the academy was about to end and people grew scared of her after the martial arts tournament, Patrick approached her with a good morning, and Yumiella realized he was the only one kind to her. Just as she began to feel her life was peaceful now, Prince Edwin approached her with a scary look and asked if she stole Alicia's belongings. Yumiella denied it, but the idiot prince hesitated, which caused Patrick to come to her aid and tell His Highness he didn't have the right to assume someone was guilty without evidence. Hearing this, the idiot prince walked away, and Yumiella believed some people were trying to bully Alicia, and if the bullying escalated and Alicia stopped coming to school, it could have a negative impact on her leveling progress. With this, she vowed to find out the culprits behind this and quickly caught up to a girl who was trying to steal one of Alicia's belongings. The girl was horrified after seeing her in person and asked her not to kill her, which caused Yumiella to wonder why people always said this after seeing her. It was then revealed that the girl did all this on the orders of Miss Eleonora. Yumiella quickly approached and told her not to try these cheap tricks again, revealing that if Prince Edwin ever found out about this, he would lose his faith in her. Eleonora revealed that she was doing all this just to get rid of Alicia from Prince Edwin and get close to him, but Yumiella lied to her with an explanation that a prince cannot marry a commoner. She informed her that if Alicia defeats the demon lord, the king will regard her as the second coming of the saint and allow her to marry the prince. With this revelation, Yumiella recommended her to ignore Alicia, saying she wouldn't want to suffer a setback over something as silly as this, but Eleonora asked why she was telling this to her. To which, our reincarnated girl informed her that her only wish is that Eleonora and Prince Edwin find happiness. These cheeky words made Eleonora happy, and she vowed that she would do her best to stay away from Alicia. After that, Yumiella told Patrick about this, who was thinking that she could turn on the culprit, but to his shock, she revealed that the girl at the scene could have been her. She then went on to explain that if she kept her dark magic a secret and did not go to level up in the dungeons, and if her parents never told her to befriend with other nobles, she might have been desperate to get Eleonora to let her join her clique and might be the girl in that place instead of that girl. This caused her to realize that Alicia is loved by all, and she has no friends, which means Yumiella was one in the game who is actually the victim in this world. Hearing all this made Patrick realize that Yumiella's words are true and she has no one on her side. But before he can say that he will be on her side forever, Yumiella tells him that she wants nothing else from this world and is glad that she has an acquaintance who can talk to her every now and then. She then walks away after saying goodbye, but quickly gets approached by Eleonora, who invited her to her tea party. Yumiella quickly denies her, saying that she has some work to do, but Eleonora keeps following her until Yumiella agrees to her request. In her room, Eleonora gives her some cookies which she made with her own hands and asks how they taste. Yumiella realizes that this might be her chance to make her hate her, and so she tells Eleonora that her cookies tasted kind of disgusting. She was hoping that after hearing this, Eleonora will turn on her, but to her shock, she reveals that Yumiella is right and this was a failed batch. She further explains that all of her friends told her that the cookies she made are good, but deep down in her heart, she knows that they are terrible, and is happy that Yumiella is the only one who told her the truth. Hearing this, Yumiella decides to add more fuel to this burning fire, and asks why she suddenly made cookies for Prince Edwin. Eleonora replies that she heard from someone that Alicia gave Prince Edwin homemade sweets, and she thought she could as well too. She then tries to make Eleonora hate her, but all of her attempts backfire at her, because Eleonora begins to realize that Yumiella is much like her and she understands her well. Just then, Yumiella asks Eleonora about the girl and why she ordered her to do bad things, to which Eleonora tells her that she was not the only one who ordered her to do that. This revelation causes Yumiella to realize that there are people instead of Eleonora who want to bully Alicia, and she asks Eleonora how she feels about all this. Eleonora replies that she felt bad at this and this was not a good thing to do, but they told her it was the best thing to do. Hearing this, Yumiella believes that this doesn't seem like a part of some bigger conspiracy, but realizes that she was misled by her clan and believes that Eleonora is not a bad girl. She then tells Eleonora that she should not trust her friends too much, to which Eleonora replies that she won't fall for any traps until she becomes her friend. Yumiella quickly denies and heads to her room, but Eleonora follows her into her room. Yumiella asks her maid why she let her, to which she replies with a horrified look that she could not refuse the request of the daughter of Duke Hilrose. After the tea, she went outside but was quickly approached by Patrick, who asked her to go with him to the school party. At first, Yumiella stated that she wasn't interested, but then realized that she might be able to help Alicia at the party, revealing that in the game, she left the party without saying anything, which caused her to feel sad for several days. With this realization, she accepted Patrick's offer, but was approached by Eleonora who wondered what she would wear at the party. Yumiella revealed that she would wear her usual uniform, but Eleonora told her that's not what they wear at the party. Hearing this, Yumiella told her that she had some dresses in her room and asked her maid about them. However, her maid was shocked after hearing this because she had never seen Yumiella in a dress. With this, the maid told her that she would help her find more suitable clothes for the party and even do her makeup, which she learned from her little sister. But both of them were horrified after seeing that Yumiella had a collection of children's dresses. Just as they were thinking what they should do, suddenly, another maid knocked on their door and then gave them a box, saying that it was from the queen. Yumiella believed that it must be her usual cookies gift, but wondered why the box looked bigger than usual. At the party, everyone looked at Yumiella and it was then revealed that the gift from the queen was a dress for the party, and she looked beautiful in it. Even Patrick himself blushed at this and how cute she looked. But Yumiella believed that she was looking like a mess. Just then, William and Oswald were shocked that both Alicia and Edwin were not there. They began to find them, but then it was revealed that this was Alicia's plan, who took Edwin with her to the roof, just to look at the beautiful stars in the sky. With this, Yumiella believed that her goal for coming to this party was achieved, so she began to leave. But to her surprise, Patrick stopped her and asked her for a dance. This gentle behavior caused her to believe that he was looking like a true noble and then accepted his request. They danced together and Yumiella believed that she felt this happiness all her life, but then realized that all the people at the party were looking at her. After the song, one of the nobles approached her to dance with him, but she quickly rejected him, saying that she was only into people who were stronger than her. This revelation caused Patrick to go horrified, but his spirit was quickly shifted when Yumiella asked him to dance with her again. The next day, just as Yumiella thought her first year in the academy was about to end and people grew scared of her after the martial arts tournament, Patrick approached her with a good morning, and Yumiella realized he was the only one kind to her. Just as she began to feel her life was peaceful now, Prince Edwin approached her with a scary look and asked if she stole Alicia's belongings. Yumiella denied it, but the idiot prince hesitated, which caused Patrick to come to her aid and tell His Highness he didn't have the right to assume someone was guilty without evidence. Hearing this, the idiot prince walked away, and Yumiella believed some people were trying to bully Alicia, and if the bullying escalated and Alicia stopped coming to school, it could have a negative impact on her leveling progress. With this, she vowed to find out the culprits behind this and quickly caught up to a girl who was trying to steal one of Alicia's belongings. The girl was horrified after seeing her in person and asked her not to kill her, which caused Yumiella to wonder why people always said this after seeing her. It was then revealed that the girl did all this on the orders of Miss Eleonora. Yumiella quickly approached and told her not to try these cheap tricks again, revealing that if Prince Edwin ever found out about this, he would lose his faith in her. Eleonora revealed that she was doing all this just to get rid of Alicia from Prince Edwin and get close to him, but Yumiella lied to her with an explanation that a prince cannot marry a commoner. She informed her that if Alicia defeats the demon lord, the king will regard her as the second coming of the saint and allow her to marry the prince. With this revelation, Yumiella recommended her to ignore Alicia, saying she wouldn't want to suffer a setback over something as silly as this, but Eleonora asked why she was telling this to her, to which a reincarnated girl informed her that her only wish is that Eleonora and Prince Edwin find happiness. These cheeky words made Eleonora happy, and she vowed that she would do her best to stay away from Alicia. After that, Yumiella told Patrick about this, who was thinking that she could turn on the culprit, but to his shock, she revealed that the girl at the scene could have been her. She then went on to explain that if she kept her dark magic a secret and did not go to level up in the dungeons, and if her parents never told her to befriend with other nobles, she might have been desperate to get Eleonora to let her join her clique and might be the girl in that place instead of that girl. This caused her to realize that Alicia is loved by all, and she has no friends, which means Yumiella was one in the game who is actually the victim in this world. Hearing all this made Patrick realize that Yumiella's words are true and she has no one on her side. But before he can say that he will be on her side forever, Yumiella tells him that she wants nothing else from this world and is glad that she has an acquaintance who can talk to her every now and then. She then walks away after saying goodbye, but quickly gets approached by Eleonora, who invited her to her tea party. Yumiella quickly denies her, saying that she has some work to do, but Eleonora keeps following her until Yumiella agrees to her request. In her room, Eleonora gives her some cookies which she made with her own hands and asks how they taste. Yumiella realizes that this might be her chance to make her hate her, and so she tells Eleonora that her cookies tasted kind of disgusting. She was hoping that after hearing this, Eleonora will turn on her, but to her shock, she reveals that Yumiella is right and this was a failed batch. She further explains that all of her friends told her that the cookies she made are good, but deep down in her heart, she knows that they are terrible, and is happy that Yumiella is the only one who told her the truth. Hearing this, Yumiella decides to add more fuel to this burning fire, and asks why she suddenly made cookies for Prince Edwin. Eleonora replies that she heard from someone that Alicia gave Prince Edwin homemade sweets, and she thought she could as well too. She then tries to make Eleonora hate her, but all of her attempts backfire at her, because Eleonora begins to realize that Yumiella is much like her and she understands her well. Just then, Yumiella asks Eleonora about the girl and why she ordered her to do bad things, to which Eleonora tells her that she was not the only one who ordered her to do that. This revelation causes Yumiella to realize that there are people instead of Eleonora who want to bully Alicia, and she asks Eleonora how she feels about all this. Eleonora replies that she felt bad at this and this was not a good thing to do, but they told her it was the best thing to do. Hearing this, Yumiella believes that this doesn't seem like a part of some bigger conspiracy, but realizes that she was misled by her clan and believes that Eleonora is not a bad girl. She then tells Eleonora that she should not trust her friends too much, to which Eleonora replies that she won't fall for any traps until she becomes her friend. Yumiella quickly denies and heads to her room, but Eleonora follows her into her room. Yumiella asks her maid why she let her, to which she replies with a horrified look that she could not refuse the request of the daughter of Duke Hilrose. After the tea, she went outside but was quickly approached by Patrick, who asked her to go with him to the school party. At first, Yumiella stated that she wasn't interested, but then realized that she might be able to help Alicia at the party, revealing that in the game, she left the party without saying anything, which caused her to feel sad for several days. With this realization, she accepted Patrick's offer, but was approached by Eleonora who wondered what she would wear at the party. Yumiella revealed that she would wear her usual uniform, but Eleonora told her that's not what they wear at the party. Hearing this, Yumiella told her that she had some dresses in her room and asked her maid about them. However, her maid was shocked after hearing this because she had never seen Yumiella in a dress. With this, the maid told her that she would help her find more suitable clothes for the party and even do her makeup, which she learned from her little sister. But both of them were horrified after seeing that Yumiella had a collection of children's dresses. Just as they were thinking what they should do, suddenly, another maid knocked on their door and then gave them a box, saying that it was from the queen. Yumiella believed that it must be her usual cookies gift, but wondered why the box looked bigger than usual. At the party, everyone looked at Yumiella and it was then revealed that the gift from the queen was a dress for the party, and she looked beautiful in it. Even Patrick himself blushed at this and how cute she looked. But Yumiella believed that she was looking like a mess. Just then, William and Oswald were shocked that both Alicia and Edwin were not there. They began to find them, but then it was revealed that this was Alicia's plan, who took Edwin with her to the roof, just to look at the beautiful stars in the sky. With this, Yumiella believed that her goal for coming to this party was achieved, so she began to leave. But to her surprise, Patrick stopped her and asked her for a dance. This gentle behavior caused her to believe that he was looking like a true noble and then accepted his request. They danced together and Yumiella believed that she felt this happiness all her life, but then realized that all the people at the party were looking at her. After the song, one of the nobles approached her to dance with him, but she quickly rejected him, saying that she was only into people who were stronger than her. This revelation caused Patrick to go horrified, but his spirit was quickly shifted when Yumiella asked him to dance with her again. Guys, please do 3,000 likes and subscribe to support the channel. Please, it will help me create more videos. Before the spring break, Patrick asks Yumiella about her plans during the break, wondering if she is free then she can help him clear some dungeons. However, to his surprise, Yumiella tells him that she wants to go somewhere else and will meet him after the spring break is over. With this, Patrick begins hunting the monsters and is able to clear most dungeons before spring. After the spring break, Patrick heads to his new semester class, but upon reaching, sees Yumiella holding a black egg. He asks her about it, and she tells him that this is her baby. Shocked at this, Patrick wonders what she is talking about. Yumiella informs him that before the spring break, one of her classmates approached her and asked for her help. The girl told her that her hometown was attacked by a giant dragon who almost destroyed her town. The local soldiers tried to fight with him, but they were no match for that dragon. Even some of them got hurt after battling with him. The girl then asked her to do something about that dragon, and Yumiella quickly agreed to help her. On the way, Yumiella inquired about the identity of the dragon, and upon hearing it's a red dragon, she believed that the dragon's magic attribute would be fire just like in the game. She was then greeted by the head of the town and the girl's father, who told her that her daughter informed him earlier that Yumiella was like a demon lord. However, the girl quickly rejected this, saying that she only told him that Yumiella has the ability to defeat the demon lord. She also informed her father that Yumiella has level 99 power, but the old man didn't listen to her and believed that she must be lying. After that, the girl's father assigned Yumiella with 2 guards, who took her to the mountains where the dragon was living. The guards wondered why they have to follow this little girl's orders but got shocked after seeing a red dragon approaching them. Yumiella told them to hide themselves otherwise they might get hurt in this fight. The guards agreed to do so, but the red dragon hits Yumiella with powerful fire spell. Seeing this, the guards believed that this powerful spell must have killed Yumiella, but to their surprise, Yumiella comes out unharmed and quickly eliminates the dragon after casting her most dangerous spell, Black Hole. The guards are shocked at this, wondering how she can slay a dragon with just one spell, but Yumiella informs them that the fight is not over as there is one more dragon left, which she already saw in the game. The second dragon then attacks her with a wind spell, but Yumiella quickly finishes him with a black needle spell. After that, just like in the game, she goes to the dragon's nest and brings back the dragon's egg. At present, Patrick is shocked to hear this, but asks her if she is really going to hatch this egg. Yumiella tells him that this is her plan and for this, she already got permission from the king and the principal. She thinks in her mind that in the game, this dragon was used to carry the hero's party, but since she changed the story of the game, she will use this dragon for herself and to help the people who are in trouble. And if she ever wants to leave this kingdom, this dragon could help her flee away. After thinking this, she tells Patrick that dragons hatch their eggs by filling them with their magic, and the more magic they give them, the stronger the hatching will be. She explains that after hatching, the dragon recognizes the one who gave him magic as his parent. She then informs him that since this egg has lost his family, she will give him her magic, and he will recognize her as his mother. After giving her magic, she takes Patrick to her home and tells him that the egg is about to hatch. She gets excited and in this excitement, grabs Patrick's arm with full strength, who, feeling great pain, asks her to stop this, otherwise his arm will be torn apart. Just then, the dragon comes out from the egg, but it turns out to be dark like her. Patrick says that the dragon is not as cute as Yumiella described earlier, but Yumiella still believes that the dragon looks adorable, and is even cuter than in the game. She believes that the dragon has a sublime look which proves that the dragon absorbed plenty of her dark magic. Yumiella then wonders what she should call him, and Patrick suggests a name called Ryu, and Yumiella quickly agrees with it. With this, she asks Patrick and her maid to play with her dragon, but they both quickly run away after seeing dark magic coming from his mouth. At night, Yumiella takes him to her bed and before going to sleep, tells him to stay with her forever. In the morning, Rita is shocked to see that the baby dragon has grown into a large dragon, and our reincarnated girl wonders how she will deal with this situation. She takes him out of the room and into the academy's area. There, the students get horrified after seeing the dragon and call for help. Seeing this, Yumiella asks what they are afraid of, believing that there must be another dragon who showed up at the town. But Patrick informs her that they are afraid of her dragon. She tells him that Ryu is very cute, and that's why she brought him into the open field so that he can play with other students. But this doesn't sit well with the students who get more horrified after seeing the dragon coming after them. Patrick asks her to stop this madness, but before he can say anything else, the dragon bites him on his head. Yumiella gets excited at this sight and wants him to do that to her, but then tells him to let go of Patrick. Just then, Prince Edwin comes in and scolds Yumiella for making a large fuss. He tells her to get this dragon away from the academy, but Yumiella has permission to raise this dragon. Suddenly, the dragon also bites him and Alicia quickly takes him away after Yumiella tells him to stop it. Just then, Eleonora arrives and begins to pet Ryu, saying that she has never seen a cuter dragon like this in her whole life, But to her surprise, the dragon also bites her. Yumiella then stops him and apologizes to her for this, but Eleonora, with excitement, declares that she is the only daughter of a nobility who has been chewed on by a dragon and still lives. She believes that this will make Prince Edwin like her more, but Yumiella is not sure about it. The next day, as they head to meet Ryu, who is now in his own room, Patrick asks Yumiella if she can spend some time with him. When asked why, Patrick tells her that there is something he wants to tell her, and Yumiella also has something she wants to say to him. So, they decide to say this at the same time, but to his shock, Yumiella tells him that she wants to fly through the sky with Ryu. This revelation takes all of his excitement away, and with a sad look, informs her that he is not interested in flying. With this, they head to Ryu's room and upon reaching, see Ryu and notice that he has gotten bigger again. Patrick looks at the ring which Ryu is wearing and asks what it is, to which Yumiella tells him that this ring is a symbol which will tell everyone that Ryu belongs to the kingdom. With this, she jumps on his back and flies away while the worried Patrick tells her to be careful. As she rides above the town, people get horrified and start running away. Yumiella tells him to do a loop-the-loop, but to her surprise, she drops away from his back. While falling, she believes that if she tries to use her powers to land at the town, she will destroy it. With this realization, she quickly throws herself back at the field area of the academy and lands very hard on the floor. Patrick, upon seeing this, quickly comes to her aid and asks if she is okay, but Yumiella tells him that this is not enough to hurt her and thanks him for his concern towards her. Guys, please do 3,000 likes and subscribe to support the channel. Please, it will help me create more videos. The next day, a spy from the kingdom of Rumlest meets Yumiella and introduces himself as Linus. He tells Yumiella to order some meal first as they will discuss the matter later, but Yumiella says she has not much time, and if she gets late, she will break the curfew. Hearing this, Linus starts telling her about the kingdom of Rumlest, and Yumiella realizes that the kingdom of Rumlest is a neighbor of the kingdom of Valsheen and is close to the domain of Margrave Ashburton where Patrick's family lives, but they are worst enemies of the kingdom of Valsheen. Yumiella asks what he wants from her, and Linus tells her that he has been stationed in this kingdom for a long time and has gathered all the necessary information about Yumiella, including her wish to leave this kingdom. He reveals that his only wish is for her to settle down into his kingdom but believes that no wealth and status can do so. Hearing this, Yumiella asks why he wants to meet her despite knowing that Yumiella will turn his request down. Linus says he knows it very well, but the leaders of his country aren't agreeing with him, and they told him to meet her personally and bring her to their kingdom. Yumiella asks if she agrees to their request, then what they want from her in return. Linus says their plan is to transform Yumiella into a civilian soldier, and upon hearing this, Yumiella believes that this will make her the enemy of this kingdom, and if the war breaks out, Patrick's home domain will be the first to get in danger. With this realization, Yumiella denies his request and tells him that his only motive is to defeat the Demon Lord, not to destroy other kingdoms. Just then, Yumiella hears some soldiers approaching them and tells Linus to leave this place, believing that soldiers of this kingdom must have kept an eye on her. Hearing this, Linus thanks her for helping him out and leaves the house from the back window. Yumiella, our reincarnated girl, as she heads to the academy, she thinks about the words Linus said and believes that the Demon Lord will attack this kingdom first. She says her first motive was to leave this kingdom, but now she wants to protect it from the kingdom and does not want to become the enemy of his only friend. She meets Patrick and tells him about her feeling that she wants to be his friend, but Patrick shuts her down, saying that they were friends from the start and he always thought of her as a best friend. Hearing this, Yumiella thinks to herself, how can someone be so nice and hot at the same time, but believes that Patrick might want her to go to war with him and use her strength against the Demon Lord. She tells him about this, but Patrick informs her that he will never use her strength for his own desires, and if he does, he believes that Yumiella will leave him alone, and this is not what he wants. He tells her that if she were level 1, he still would have stood by her side, and our reincarnated girl, after hearing this, blushes and thanks him for this. After that, they look at their academic results, and Yumiella congratulates him for getting the top position in the class. Just as they can share more moments with each other, Eleonora arrives and tells Yumiella that she has something important to discuss with her. Inside her room, she asks Yumiella for her help in studying so she can pass the makeup exam. At first, Yumiella tells her to seek help from her friends as they have higher marks than her, but when Eleonora insists that she only wants help from her, Yumiella agrees to help her out. With this, she starts teaching her about the history of the previous kingdoms, and after trying so many times, she believes that Eleonora is unfit for studying. Just then, our reincarnated girl has an idea and asks Eleonora if she knows anything about the history of Prince Edwin's family, and Eleonora says she knows everything about Prince Edwin's father, grandfather, and their relatives. With this revelation, Yumiella believes that Eleonora can memorize things she is interested in. She tells Eleonora to connect the history of the previous kingdoms to Prince Edwin's family, and in this way, she will understand this subject with much ease. Eleonora agrees to do so, and after giving her best, she finally passes the makeup exam. She thanks Yumiella for her help and tries to give her one of her necklaces, believing that it will make her more beautiful, and Yumiella happily accepts it. After that, she greets Patrick and tells him that she wants to fly Ryu again and wants him to join her. Patrick says he has somewhere to go and that's why he will not attend the fly lesson. Yumiella thinks to herself, where is Patrick going every day after the academy, and asks him about it, but Patrick quickly leaves without saying anything. As Yumiella flies over the town, Patrick heads to the nearby dungeon and starts slaying the small goblins. He believes that Yumiella is only interested in those who are more powerful than her, and vows to get strong so that he can stand toe-to-toe with her. After the dungeon raid, he is greeted by Yumiella, who tells him that she found out where he was going all this time. Patrick believes Yumiella must have known about his dungeon raids, but to his shock, Yumiella asks who is the lucky girl he is dating. Patrick clarifies that he does not have any girlfriend, but Yumiella insists if he does not have any girlfriend, then where was he going all this time? Hearing this, Patrick decides to tell her about his dungeon raids and his wish to level up. But before he can say so, Ryu tells Yumiella to leave and she quickly does so. As she flies away, Prince Edwin comes in and tells Patrick that Yumiella is a bit strange, but he needs his help in this matter. After that, Patrick tells Yumiella that Prince Edwin wants to see her and he is waiting for her in his room. Inside his room, Prince apologizes to her for being rude to her all this time and thinking that she is the demon lord. He reveals that this was all because of his foolish pride, but when his father told him that Yumiella could never be the demon lord, he came to his senses. Yumiella thinks to herself that Prince Edwin is still a child and all of his friends too. They have a childish side mentally and only think about their senseless vanity and pride, but then asks about his sudden change of heart. Prince Edwin reveals that this is all because of Patrick, who told him that Yumiella is a normal person like them. But she went through a lot and her strength is the result of an amount of effort she put into completing the dungeons which none of them could ever hope to match. With this revelation, Patrick asks for her forgiveness and Yumiella, with a blushing face, accepts his apology. She asks what else he told him about her, and Prince Edwin tells her all the good things he told him, but our reincarnated girl gets angry after hearing it, and believes how can he say so many nice things about her when she doesn't know herself. After that, Principal Ronald invites her to a meeting and upon reaching, informs her that Prince Edwin's group is quickly leveling up and they are doing their best in the dungeon raids. However, with a sad face, he informs her that Alicia is not leveling up and every time she tries to do so, all of them get in her way. Hearing this, Yumiella thinks to herself that in this way, Alicia will not be able to defeat the Demon Lord and instead of Alicia, they will force Yumiella to marry him. With this realization, she heads to Alicia, who is training on the training ground, and offers her help. Yumiella tells Alicia to go to a dungeon in the town of Varias with her, revealing that the dungeon is a dark type which will help her level up her light magic. Alicia gets horrified at the thought of spending time in the dungeon and being alone with Yumiella, and quickly walks away from her. After 2 days, Yumiella goes to her classroom and upon entering, sees all the students are talking about Alicia. She asks Patrick about this, and he tells her that Alicia is missing and has not come to the academy since yesterday. Just then, Prince Edwin arrives with his group and asks Yumiella about her, but Yumiella says she does not know. Hearing this, they leave and start looking for Alicia. Yumiella thinks to herself that this might not be good as Alicia has light magic, which is the only attribute that can defeat the Demon Lord, and believes that someone must have abducted her. Just then, we see Alicia being hypnotized and heading. Yumiella quickly follows her, along with her pet dragon, and stops her from going further. Looking into her eyes, Yumiella believes that Alicia is hypnotized and being controlled by someone else. She wakes her up with her powers, and Alicia, upon waking, doesn't know anything about how she ended up in the forest. Yumiella asks her the reason behind it, and Alicia tells her that this wasn't the first time it happened, it's happened before. The first time was right after she received an enrollment recommendation to the Royal Academy. She explains that someone from the royal palace heard about her ability to use light magic and sent men to recruit her. At first, she quickly turned it down, believing it might be a trap, but the next moment, she found herself signing a contract for enrollment in the academy. She says this has happened to her many times, and she believes someone or something is controlling her body. Yumiella asks if she has ever told her friends about this, to which Alicia replies she hasn't, as she doesn't want anyone to worry about her. After hearing her story, Yumiella, who already played the game, realizes that all of this is happening because the game wants her to complete the story. She thinks to herself that in the game, they all work together to defeat the Demon Lord, and to reach that certain point, the game is controlling her and even sending her to the dungeon so she can level up. Yumiella decides that telling her the truth might not be a good idea, as it would only confuse and horrify her. Instead, Yumiella sits beside her and tells her that the spell she used last time was beyond her limit and must have drained a great amount of energy. This means she must be tired, and her mind and body moving on their own might be because of that. Alicia smiles and agrees, asking Yumiella to take her back to the academy, as all of her friends must be worried about her. However, Yumiella stops her and tells her she needs to level up by conquering the dungeons. At first, Alicia is horrified, thinking going with her is a bad idea. However, Yumiella shows her the amulet of protection, explaining that it will protect her from monsters, and moreover, she will be there to protect her. They go to the nearby dungeon, and upon entering, are immediately confronted by some low-level monsters. Although Alicia is horrified, she is able to defeat them with her powers. She then collects some rare magic crystals from their fallen bodies and increases her level. Yumiella informs her that the dungeon they are currently in is 50 floors deep, and after completing some floors, they will encounter monsters that are much stronger than her, against whom her light magic might not work. Alicia thinks this might be her last day, fearing she won't return home alive, and calls out for her grandmother to help her. Suddenly, some giant chicken monsters confront her and try to devour her. However, in her anxiety, she uses a new spell called Light Blade Cutter, which she acquired by leveling up, and defeats the chicken monsters with it. Yumiella is glad that Alicia is doing well and even takes her further down to the other floors. After defeating monsters and conquering 49 floors, they finally reach the 50th floor and are confronted by the dungeon boss. The boss challenges Alicia to a battle, but upon seeing his immense power, Alicia tries to run away, thinking she doesn't have enough magic to compete with him. The dungeon boss attacks her with a spell, injuring her right arm, causing Yumiella to realize that Alicia is not yet ready to defeat a dungeon boss on her own. She quickly steps into the battle and defeats the dungeon boss with a single punch. Afterward, she sits beside Alicia and heals her wound with her dark magic. They then open the chest they received by defeating the dungeon boss, and to Yumiella's delight, the chest contains a set of amulets of protection. She gives them to Alicia, explaining that her previous amulet was destroyed in the battle, and she will need the new ones to protect herself. Suddenly, a white light surrounds them, and Alicia, horrified, asks Yumiella what's happening. Yumiella reveals that after conquering the dungeon and acquiring its chest, the dungeon immediately reverts back to its original form, and they will be transported outside. After they exit the dungeon, Alicia is relieved to be alive and thanks Yumiella for helping her. Yumiella tells her that this is not the end of their journey and to prepare herself, as they will return to the dungeon again and again until she can defeat the dungeon boss on her own. Alicia is shocked at the revelation but realizes she has no choice but to obey her. They re-enter the dungeon, and after killing many monsters, acquiring new spells and weapons, Alicia finally defeats the dungeon boss. Yumiella is glad that she finally conquered the dungeon boss, and even happier that Alicia received a holy light sword as her prize. She reveals that this is a very powerful weapon that will help her in her battle against the demon lord. She then tries to pick it up, but the light magic of the weapon restrains her, causing her to believe the weapon also thinks she is the demon lord. With this, they leave the dungeon, and Yumiella tells her they have some time left before the academy's curfew starts and invites her to check out the hideout of the demon lord. Alicia responds by asking how Yumiella knows the location of the hideout, but Yumiella, not wanting to reveal that she knows everything about this world, immediately takes her along with her pet dragon, Ryu. On the way, they encounter magic rain, magic fog, and even get lost in a magic circle. This causes Yumiella to realize that the plot of the game is restraining her from reaching the demon lord's location, and she believes that when the time comes, she and others will reach the demon lord. They then return to the academy, and everyone is glad that Alicia is all right and even thank Yumiella for finding her. Yumiella says it was her duty to protect her fellow classmate and takes out a wind spear, which she got from the dungeon, and gives it to Patrick as a gift. Patrick thanks her for it and vows to himself that he will get stronger so that he can stand alongside her. Like and comment if you enjoy this video. Subscribe to my channel for more anime recaps, and tell me what anime recap you like to see next in the comments below.